who is now I request Shri Vamshipriya Amar, the principal of International School, Bangalore, our motivator, a mentor, a quick thinker with a positive outlook who prioritizes the meaning of institution, a resource person of CBSE, a distinguished speaker of virtual national conference on strategies and implementation of national education policy for 2020 schools and students, who is a great lover of Carnatic music. I request ma'am to give a brief introduction.
Thank you, Lakshmi Shri, and my pranams to all those people who have joined for today's session. We'll begin with one rendition. Jwalat kanti vanhin jagan mohanangi bhajan manasambhoja subhranta brinhim निज स्तोत्र संगीत नृत्य प्रदानी भजे शारदाम्बाम् अजस्रं मदम्बम् शारदा शारदाम्बोजे वदनां वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं Sannidhim Kuru. Vande Guru. Warm greetings to all wonderful people who have gathered today for the great masters Sangeeta Kalanidhi Vidwan Doreswamy Iyengar, prime disciple and son Vidwan D. Balakrishna sir. My humble pranams to you, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir. The oldest musical instrument of India, the veena, symbolizes the Indian ethos throughout the country and has sociological and cultural connotations. Saraswati, the goddesses of learning, is visualized as Veena Pani, the wielder of a veena. Veena, regarded as a precursor of all Indian string instruments, has been instrumental in standardizing many fundamental laws of music. Veena has a meditative sound, which is capable of taking the performer and the listener on a spiritual journey. The repertoire and technique of making and playing veena are transmitted through oral tradition from generation to generation till today. The Sanskrit language has derived the term veena. This became a popular term in ancient and medieval English literature. It has its mention in various Vedic literature, including the Rig Veda, Samaveda, Satapatha Brahma, and Tatrikya Samhita. Veena is considered to be one of the oldest classical instruments in India. It represents our culture and heritage of music. Mentioned in various ancient texts in Indian mythology, it is one of the musical instruments from which many other string instruments are made. Musical instruments are good for mental health and are also needed to reduce stress, anxiety, and so on. Learning of a musical instrument like veena makes an individual patient and helps one's mood good. It also helps to develop the cognitive functions of individuals and develops the health and well-being of people. The learning veena is also beneficial for increasing patience. There is also a connection between better educational performances with that of learning this musical instrument. I thank SPIC MACAY, Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture amongst Youth, for organizing Master Series for us.
Personal link.
SPIC MACAY's intention is to enrich the quality of formal education by increasing awareness about different aspects of Indian heritage and inspiring the young mind to imbibe the values embedded in it. It seeks to inspire youth through experiencing the mysticism embodied in the rich and indigenous cultural tapestry of Indian and world heritage, with a hope that the beauty, grace, values, and wisdom embodied in these arts will influence their way of life and thinking and inspire one to become a better human being. Let me just quote, we are made for goodness. We are made for love. We are made for all beautiful things that you and I know. We are made to tell the world that there are no outsiders. All are welcome. Decode, Demond, Tito. Vidwan Balakrishna sir, it is a pleasure to have you here with us. All the school children are eagerly waiting to hear from you. And also, let me just introduce myself. I hail from Puti Narasimhachar's family. And my mother is a veena player.
Wonderful. Okay.
So, and physics being my subject, I couldn't stop myself talking much about the string instrument. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Hearty welcome from our both folded arms, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our
Please
children
give me your
are
number. Please share your number to me personally.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Lakshmi Shri. I think I'm done this part of welcoming everybody. Ramesh sir, over to you, sir.
Ramesh sir, you are not audible.
Yeah. So, Shweta and Shri Vignesh, kindly start the introduction of Sangeeta Vidwan Doreswamy Iyengar. So, Shweta and Shri Vignesh, would you be kind enough to come
Yes,
forward? Please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Sri Vignesh R of KVBRB and MPL. I would like to thank Vamshipriya ma'am for the wonderful speech. Important events in the life of Veena Maestro Mysore V. Doreswamy Iyengar. Born on 11th August 1920, Gaddavalli village of Hassan district. Started learning Veena at the age of 7 from his father, Asthana Vidwan Venkatesh Iyengar. Came under the tutelage of Vainaka Pravina Venkatagiriyappa Asthana Vidwan in the Royal Court of Mysore. Played before H.H. Krishnaraja Wadiyar Fort at a tender age of 13 and was appointed as an Asthana Vidwan. In 1939, his Veena was broadcast from All India Radio Tiruchinappalli. In 1945, graduate from the University of Mysore with a BA degree. In 1952, he played in the National Program of Music of All India Radio. In 1955, he was invited by Sri B.V. Kesar, Information and Broadcast Minister, to serve the AIR as a music producer in Bangalore. In 1969, he participated in the International Music Festival in Iran. Now I would like to hand over my speech to Shweta.
Thank you, Vignesh. Mahavidwan Doreswamy Iyengar sir received Padma Bhushana in 1983 from the Government of India. In 1984, the prestigious Madras Music Academy conferred the title of Sangeeta Kalanidhi during its annual conference in December. He toured England in 1984 for performances and lecture demonstrations in the universities. The Bangalore Academy of Music honored him by giving the Violin Chaudhaya Award in 1986. He led a Panchaveena team ensemble in the Festival of India celebration held in the Soviet Union in 1987. In 1988, he gave a performance for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, London during its Diamond Jubilee celebrations. He participated in the Festival of India held in Germany with his Panchaveena team in 1991. In 1992, he received the Hafiz Ali Khan Memorial Award and also the title of Kalai Mamani from the Tamil Nadu Sangeeta Natak Academy. The Government of India honored him with the T. Chaudhaya National Award in the year 1997 for his lifetime achievement. The film's division produced a documentary titled The Gentle Night of Music on him, directed by late Sri M.V. Krishnaswamy, an eminent documentary filmmaker. Now I would like to hand over it to Bhavana.
Thank you, Shweta, to a deep insight on Vidwan Doreswamy.
ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
Dr. Doreswamy Iyengar, Padma Bhushan awardee, who was a veena artist par excellence of the glorious Mysore school of veena playing, synonymous with the great veena Sheshana. He underwent rigorous training under the tutelage of his father since childhood. He enjoys the distinction of performing as a top-grade artist of All India Radio and laurels to Karnataka by performing numerous national programs on All India Radio and Doordarshan. Apart from solo concerts, he has played numerous Jugal Bandis duets with eminent artists, namely Sangeeta Kalanidhi M. Chandrasekharan, Ustad Bahauddin Dagar, Pandit Rajiv Tarnath, and Pandit Devi Prasad Ghosh, to name a few. Vidwan Balakrishna ji aims at preserving and sustaining the authentic classicism of the Mysore veena tradition, aka Mysore Bani, for the posterity. As a part of this endeavor, he is grooming disciples, of whom several are currently well-known All India Radio artists and concert performers. He obtained his Masters of Science from Bangalore University and currently an officer with the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Over to you, Arjun.
Thank you, Bhavana. Awards and accolades. Sri Balakrishna is the worthy recipient of many prestigious awards and honors. Honored as the best veena player from Madras Music Academy in the years 1979, 1991, 1996, 2006, and 2008. The Gana Kala Parishad honor for presenting the best concert at the annual music conference 2002. Best lecture demonstration of Pallavis given by the Karnataka Gana Kala Parishad at the annual music conference 2003. Sixth in the year 2009. The Kanchi Kamakoti Pritam honored by appointing him the Asthana Vidwan of Sri Kamakoti Pritam. Sri Ramak Lalita Kala Mandira, Bangalore honored him with the title Lalita Kala Suma on 23rd August 2017 in recognition of his contribution in propagation Carnatic music. Belakavadi Sangeeta Sabha conferred the title Srivara Kala Ratna during the 59th Hanumana Jayanti Music Festival at Bangalore in December 2017 in recognition of his service to Carnatic classical music. Chintalapalli Parampara Trust, with 800 years of rich history, honored him with Lifetime Achievement Award and conferred the title Parampara Pradeepanacharya on him in February 2018. M.N. Narasimhachar Music Foundation conferred the title of Gana Varidhi in November 2018.
Now, Mridula, you need to start asking Dr. D. Balakrishna sir to start his interactive session. Mridula?
Okay, sir. Now I request Vidwan D. Balakrishna to start sharing his experiences about his father and Guru Vidwan Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Veena Doreswamy Iyengar.
Balakrishna sir, you can come in.
Sir, you need to unmute yourself.
Please. Yeah, okay. Unmute. Can you hear me now, gentlemen? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Namaskaram to all the children and the volunteers of SPIC MACAY, and especially to Ramesh sir for this wonderful opportunity. And I take this opportunity to thank Supriti, who is involved with SPIC MACAY for several years now, for creating this wonderful opportunity to speak about my father and also take questions from the students. And now about my father, as you all know, he was a legendary veena player. He learned from Vainika Praveena Venkatagiriyappa, who was a disciple of the legendary veena player Veena Sheshanna. All these people they belonged to Mysore and were patronized by His Highness the Krishnaraja Vadayar IV, or Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadayar. And he was a great patron of arts, and it was my father's fortune, as he himself used to tell, that he came under the tutelage of Vainika Pravina Venkatagiriyappa. My grandfather, Shri Venkatesh Iyengar, was also an Asthana Vidwan in the court of Krishnaraja Vadayar. He had taught the earlier lessons to my father. And one day, Venkatagiriyappa asked my grandfather what my father was doing. Is he showing any interest in music? My grandfather said, yeah, somewhat, but more interested in playing. I have taught him a few Gitas and one or two Varnas. My father was only 7 or 8, I think 7. And Venkatagiriyappa asked my grandfather to bring my father to his house, where he played for a while. And Venkatagiriyappa was so happy, he readily accepted my father as his student and started teaching. Thus began the learning years for my father, which went on for several years from 1927 or 28. By the time he was 12, the Krishnaraja Vadayar asked Venkatagiriyappa whether he was training youngsters to carry forward the great lineage of classical music, and especially veena. Venkatagiriyappa told the Maharaja that there are about 2-3 students who are very promising. So the Maharaja asked Venkatagiriyappa to bring them. So it was a private darbar, and my father and 2 of his friends who were learning from Venkatagiriyappa, the 3 of them, they went there and played for about 15 minutes, during which time this Maharaja saw the talent of my father and asked him to play solo for a while. So my father played solo for another 5 to 10 minutes. So the Maharaja was so impressed, he told Venkatagiriyappa, this boy seems to be highly talented. Train him well and let him play in the palace orchestra. So that was in 1932 or 33. My father became the palace Vidwan, and he was the youngest Vidwan. And he came into contact with all the stalwarts of the Mysore palace, like my father's guru Venkatagiriyappa, Mysore Vasudevachar, one of the greatest composers, and Bidaram Krishnappa, and later Muttaya Bhagavatar also. They were all court musicians. So my father learned a great deal from all these masters, and which made him pursue Carnatic music more passionately with diligence, and he put in so much hard work and sadhana, which made him a very legendary veena player of our country. So from there onwards, he went on performing, and in 1953 or 54, he played the national program, which had been started then, and he was the first veena player to be featured on the national program. B.V. Keskar, who was information and broadcasting minister and also a musicologist, saw the potential of my father and invited him to join All India Radio to serve as producer of music. So the rest is history. He went on to bring laurels to Karnataka and also country. He represented the country in various international conferences and music festivals, and he has composed music for several poets of Karnataka, musical operas written by poets, and he has scored music for one Kannada cinema also. So that is about my father, and he always held his guru in high esteem, and that was the tradition. And he said, but for these people, I wouldn't have been recognized as a veena player. So that was my father. Now you can ask me questions, children. Ramesh sir?
Yeah,
Thank you. I would like to thank you, sir, for sharing in your wonderful experiences about his father, Kalanidhi Vidwan Doreswamy. Now I request Kirtana and Yashaswini to take over.
Thank you, Mridula. I request Yadnashri to come up with her question.
Namaste, Guruji. I would like to ask you that what is your respect for your Guru?
My respect for my Guru, my father and Guru, my respect, that is one of the highest order. I respect him too much. And there is no limit. And but for his teaching, I wouldn't be a veena player today. And he made me practice. He made me sing also. And he took me to concerts to listen to great masters. And also, after I started playing, when I was 15 or 16, he started making me play in concerts along with him. So that was a great experience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer, sir. I request Kush to ask his question.
Thank you, Kirtana. Namaskaram, Guruji. Guruji,
Namaste.
I'm from LSDTV Public School, Plakwa. Actually, we all would like to know what Vidwan D. Balakrishna ji think, the message he would like to deliver to youth about veena and Indian classical music, sir.
First of all, our music is among the three classical systems of in the world. There are three classical music forms. One is the Western classical. The another two are in India. One is the Hindustani and the other is the Carnatic classical music. These have been evolving over centuries. So the first and foremost advice to youngsters is you should develop, you should cultivate a sense of pride in your music. Okay? Without pride, you can't go far. You should be very proud of our culture and proud of our classical music. That is the first message. And also, from a very young age, you are all youngsters. Every day, you should listen to 15 minutes minimum. Minimum 15 minutes. If you want to listen to 1 hour or 1.5 hours, depending on your time availability, I don't mind. But at least 15 minutes of classical music, you should listen so that you'll develop a taste for music. Okay? Hindustani or Carnatic or even Western classical. You should listen to classical music for 15 minutes. That is my humble request. Over to you.
Thanks a million for your message, sir. Now I request Harshit to come up with his question.
Okay.
Namaskar, Guruji. I am Harshit Shan from LSDTV Public School, Plakwa. Guruji, I want to ask, how did you sustain your interest in music through all the major distractions?
How do I sustain my interest?
Yes, sir.
It has come to me naturally because I belong to a family of musicians. I'm the fourth generation of practicing musician in our family. So music has come to me naturally. On charge. So it is very natural that I have interest. And once I started listening to the great masters, I developed a very good taste. And of course, there was always music in the family. Right from morning to evening, there used to be, my father was practicing and was teaching also. So we had plenty of music at home, 24 hours of music. So even if I wanted to escape, I couldn't escape. Like
Thank
that.
you, Guruji.
Music, yeah, it has come to me naturally. But those of you who have not been exposed to classical music, it is now that you should start. Okay, that is why I told, for an earlier question, I told at least 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes you should listen to Carnatic music or Hindustani or Western classical. So that will give you a sense of pride. You will be recognized as a man of good tastes. Oh, this man has very good taste. He listens to classical music. People will praise you. So you should all listen to music.
Thank you, Guruji.
I request Sanjana to ask her question.
Namaste, Guruji. I would like to ask, how was your Guru? Strict or lenient?
He was strict in some matters, but unless I showed great interest, if I hadn't shown any interest, he wouldn't have forced me. Because whatever we do, we should do with passion, with interest. There is no point in forcing. Suppose you don't like, for example, you don't like physics. I want you to do masters in physics. How would you like it? Because you are interested in English literature, or you are interested in Tamil literature or Kannada literature. If I force you to listen to do physics MSc, will you like it? No, I don't think so. So that was my father. And I started troubling him, nagging him that he's not teaching me music. I believe I used to cry that I should learn music, I should learn music. So he made me play. He started teaching when I was 10 or 12. I was learning Mridangam earlier. Once I started expressing my interest that I should learn veena, he started teaching me. And whenever we went to concerts, he used to tell me what I should not have played. He was very strict. While playing concerts, he used to be very strict, and there were no rehearsals also, because everything has to be created on the spot. We have to be creative. That was very difficult for me, but he used to insist that there should not be any separate rehearsal for concerts. So I used to accompany him, and it was very difficult for me. But the moment he came home, he used to tell me what mistakes I did, and asked me to correct so that I wouldn't commit the same mistake in the next concert. So that how it went on. He was strict in the sense, he used to tell me I should give 100%. If at all I want to become a veena player, I should give 100%. But at the same time, I shouldn't be neglecting my studies also. So that's how it went on.
It's a pleasure to know more about your Guru, sir. I request Kushal to come up with his question.
Namaskar, Guruji. My question is, tell us about the uniqueness of Dorai Raga.
Dorai Raga, what happened was he was participating in a music conference in Bangalore, maybe around 30 years ago. In that music conference, Dr. Balakrishna, a legendary vocalist, he was there telling he can create a raga. So people were so surprised that here was a man who can compose, who can create a raga. So he said he will demonstrate. And what happened? My father was in the audience. He said, Doreswamy Iyengar, please give me a scale. I'll construct a raga in front of the audience. That's what he said. You hope you understand. Okay. Are you understanding? Is anybody listening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, he asked my father to give a scale. So my father, scale means the ascending notes and the descending notes of the raga. That's called a scale. Some of you may be studying music also. Ascending notes means arohana. Descending notes is avarohana. So my father gave us arohana of the raga and arohana of the raga. He just gave the swaras. In about 10 minutes, Balamurali started singing the raga. So at the end of the session, he said, this will be a raga called Dore, because Doreswamy Iyengar gave the scale of the raga, the ascending notes and descending notes. Since my father gave, he called the raga Dore. And he sang a pallavi also. Tanjore Upendran was there on the murdangam. He asked him to give a tala, a new tala. So he composed a pallavi in that raga and sang for about half an hour or 45 minutes. And at the end of the session, he said, from now onwards, this will be called Raga Dorai. That is the story.
It was indeed interesting, sir. Thanks a lot. I now request Suhas to ask his question.
Abhishek, you need to give Suvash access. Suvash is raised his hand. He has to ask a question, Abhishek.
Namaste, sir. This is Suhas of grade 8 of MVJ International School.
I can't see you.
Can I get to know about what was your memorable moment with your guru?
There are several moments. I want to share one particular incident, and he never used to praise me. My father never said you are one of the finest veena players. He never used to praise. It used to come very rarely. In fact, never. But once, what happened? He was broadcasting on the All India Radio. My father's veena was being broadcast on the All India Radio. And he was playing so well. I loved it. And at the end of the concert, I told him, Appa, this is very nice. Nobody can play like you, I told him. And that day he said, why nobody? You can play. You are capable of playing, he said. And guess my age when he said this. I was 35. So till then, no praise. So those were the days. Parents never pampered. They never gave credit directly in front of you. They used to praise, or they used to criticize in front of you, but they never praised in front of you. They always praised at the back, for fear that we would get spoiled. And maybe whether I would have it spoiled or not, nobody knows. But those were the ideas. That was the tradition. And that was a great moment for me, because until then he had never given me any credit. So that was the memorable occasion, and I cherish it. And even today, I can't forget it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for sharing your nostalgic moment with us, sir. I request Mridula to come up with her question.
Namaskar, Guruji. I would like to know anything in particular you would like to share with us.
Anything in particular? Yeah, this is not exactly music, connected to music, but once we were in Bombay for a recording. The studio was in Bombay, so we went to Bombay. We were put in a hotel. We had to be there for 2 days. The second day, my father, since he didn't like the food at the hotel there, he said we have to try some food, because he always liked South Indian food. South Indian food was not available in the hotel where we stayed. So he asked me to find out some good hotel in the nearby area. I found one. So we went to that hotel and we sat across, like that was the first time my father asked me, what do you want to have? Like a friend. That was a great experience. He had he treated me like a friend. What will you have? Come on, I'll get you. So that was a great experience for me. Until then, there used to be a sort of distance, but that evening, that distance was gone, and we were friends. That was a great moment for me.
Many thanks for sharing your valuable time and answering all our questions. Hope it will be helpful for us in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I request SPIC MACAY's technical team to play the video dedicated to Guru Vidwan Sangeeta Kalanidhi Doreswamy Iyengar. Please sit back and enjoy. I request you all to switch off your video and mute your audio.
ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ತ್ವರೆ ತ್ವರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ತೊಟ್ಟಲಿನ ಹಸುಗೂಸ ಮರೆ ಮರೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಗಂಡನ ಪೊರೆ ಪೊರೆ ಬೃಂದಾವನಕ್ಕೆ ತ್ವರೆ ತ್ವರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಕರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಕುಪ್ಪುಸ ಹರಳೋಲೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಜಾತಿ ಮುಡಿಮಾಲೆ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯನೇ ಹೊರಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ
Tejas, you need to come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I start going with it, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Good evening, one and all present here. Myself, Tejas from MVJ International School, would like to thank each one of you here today for supporting us through the event. Classical music is a perennially flowing river and nothing can affect its flow. No one needs to worry about Indian music. Today, we live with the feeling that it holds true for Guru Vidwan Sangeeta Kalanidhi Veena Doreswamy Iyengar. He is a perennially flowing river and he lives forever in Indian music. I wish to thank Vidwan D. Balakrishna ji for sharing his experiences about his father, legendary Guru Veena Doreswamy Iyengar. I also would like to thank founder, director of SPIC MACAY, Professor Emeritus Kiran Seth from IIT Delhi, best owned with Padma Shri and Sangeeta Nataka Academy Award, and SRF Foundation for making this event happen. I also like to thank all the principals, teachers, and students from MVJ International School, Bengaluru, KV BEML KGF, KV BRN BNPL, KV Belgaum, and DAV Pulkawa for making this happen. We hope you all enjoyed your time today. Thank you. And I would also like to inform you that SPIC MACAY is holding the Great Master Series event on Vidwan Sangeeti Kalanidhi Dr. Nukul Chandra Satyanarayana the next week. I request all to join for it and thank you once again. Bye bye. Have a great day. Namaste.
Abhishek, I have a minute to give me. So I wish to thank Balakrishna sir. Wonderful program. Thank you, sir, for coming all the way. Where we just truly blessed. We are honored. SPIC MACAY is honored. The school is blessed to have your understanding of the Guru Veena Doreswamy Iyengar. And I also wish to thank Kiran Seth, SPIC MACAY founder, for making this great master event happen. And just to give you a little insight into our upcoming program today evening, it is so coincidental that we had Veena Doreswamy Iyengar play with Umayalapuram Shivaraman. We had one song. Coincidentally, at 7 o'clock today, SPIC MACAY is hosting a live YouTube program in IISc Bangalore, Institute of Science Bangalore, and Umayalapuram Shivaraman sir is playing along with Sikil Guru Sharan at 7 o'clock. So for any one of you who want to join this, post this meeting, I will post this event, I will be sending the link to all of you. You can go to YouTube and type SPIC MACAY live and you will be able to see this program live for about 2 hours. Thank you all, and thank you Balakrishna sir for coming over. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So Abhishek, I think, any last words, Balakrishna sir? We have some time.
No, I wish the students a very great future, and as I told earlier, I want them to listen to music every day and be the richer for it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.